every day that I snap myself into existence in an undisclosed ice cave that may be on Hoth. But it's also not every day when the Mary Sue and Leslye Headland team up. Don't believe me? Right there. Things we saw today. Leslye Headland talks joining the legacy of Lucasfilm. Where do we start on this one? Well, I think we start with the theme music. Yeah, and we bring out the writing crop. The Rian Johnson thwacker. Hello everyone, I am Queen Mecha, the Merciless, Mecha Random 42, the one, the only, the original, still your favorite YouTube consumer advocate, Harvey. And when I do don the formal wear, you know, the robes and the corset, that means you're supposed to like, subscribe, and share, obviously, or somebody's gonna get it. And in this case, it looks like, well, Leslye Headland's gonna get it anyway. You know, hey, maybe that's a good thing. Maybe that's something that needs to happen here. After all, she might have learned a few things being somebody's personal assistant. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm implying nothing. Obviously, she's a very lovely woman. The Mary Sue, things we saw today. Leslye Headland talks joining the legacy of Lucasfilm. Well, this is an old interview, I believe, because I've talked a little bit about this before, but what does Rachel Leichman have to say on July 8th? I don't normally check up on the Mary Sue, but it is probably around that time of month when you got to. I know, I make the same joke every single month as well. I'm bad for that one. You know what? We'll get it out of the way. I'll just go ahead and cancel myself for it. Star Wars has begun to listen to many of us fans when we ask to have people other than just straight white men behind the camera. Oh, well, you know what? I don't want to lift one of those big old heavy cameras, but you know what? If you want to, they're talking the writing and the producing and all that stuff. Since, Kathleen Kennedy did such a wonderful job, we need to have more. I mean, Carrie Hart, what happened to her? Did she just kind of go away? She went away, didn't she? Yes, she did. They kind of forgot about Carrie Hart, didn't they, over at the Lucasfilm Story Group? But, you know, sure, get Leslye Headland to come in and take charge of this female-centric, the Force and female sort of Star Wars thing. For years, that is all we had. But now they're bringing us stories from creators like Taika Waititi. Hey, but you know what, though? Didn't you just say he was a straight white dude? Like, I know he's married to a woman. Is he? I mean, you know, I don't care what ethnicity Taika Waititi is, really. But he's married to a woman, and isn't he more this? Fine, I'll get it over with. We're not going down that route. Deborah Chow and Leslye Headland, and I can't wait to see these new Star Wars stories. What these new Star Wars stories hold for us. You know, I really, you know, all I really care about. You know it. I know it. We all know it. The only thing any of us are even caring. No, Baby Yoda. What's wrong with you? It is Baby. There he is. That's all I care about is the little Baby Yoda. That's all I care about in Star Wars anymore because he's cute. He's exactly what I asked for. I said, hey, I want something that's like an Ewok or a Porg that I can buy toys of and cuddle at night when nobody's here to cuddle me themselves. So that's what I wanted. And I got exactly that out of Star Wars. I don't care about seeing a bunch of chicks on screen doing whatever the crap they do. You can't stop me. I'm a Jedi from Jakku. Yeah, that. Little Mary Ray Palpatine does that. Headland, who co-wrote Russian Doll and directed and wrote movies like Sleeping with Other People and Bachelorette, and talked with Entertainment Weekly about being one of the women to take on a Star Wars story, and what that means for the legacy of Lucasfilm. Oh, I pulled up an Entertainment Weekly article also. Harvey's, you know that Harvey, the bad Harvey, former personal assistant, writes, tell-all play, sort of. Leslye Headland loves Harvey, despite having worked as his personal assistant. And this comes from Entertainment Weekly, the exact source that the Mary Sue's looking at. And most likely he loves her back, even after she penned the play Assistants about ill-treated young personal assistants at a fictional corporation called the Weisinger Company, headed by a demanding, impatient perfectionist named Daniel Weisinger. At the very least, the Oscar-courting head of the Weinstein Company isn't holding a grudge against Headland. All right, so they love each other so much. That's just adorable. What else does the Entertainment Weekly referenced article say that the Mary Sue is quoting here? It's shocking to hear that to me, although I know it's true because there are so few of us that are allowed to sit at the table, so to speak, and many, many, many more who are still not allowed. Oh, I know who wouldn't be allowed. Me! I would never be allowed because I am not in that Hollywood circle. I am not in the circle of the Hollywood crowd, even though I do check all the boxes, even though I do represent the B in the alphabet, in the LGBTQ community, so to speak. I do represent that, so I challenge Leslye Headland to put her money where her mouth is and bring me on as a writer for Star Wars. Bring me on in some capacity behind the scenes if they really, really care about representation, diversity, and bringing diverse voices to the table in a room where so few people would be allowed. It's an honor in that sense, and I feel incredibly grateful and lucky. I would also say that I think author Fran Lebowitz would agree with this, that a lot of this business is luck. A lot of it is. Exactly. There's a lot of luck. It's a lot of who you know, who you blow, and when the right place at the right time all the time. We say this all the time about Kathleen Kennedy. She was in the right place at the right time with the right group of friends, which were Steven Spielberg, George Lucas. And now you have people like Leslye Headland, who I'm going to just say she's friends with some of the right group of people, like the Harveys, the real power players behind the scenes in Hollywood. Remember when all of Harvey's movies were winning Academy Awards? I think she's in exactly the right place at the right time with her luck. She went on to talk about how a lot of this business is people helping each other to reach their goals and strive for them. Fine. Help a sister out. Hey, we gotta stick together in the alphabet community after all, since we all think the same and are all of the same hive mind, so to speak, right? The number one way to get into the room is when people send the elevator back down for you. The real joy is when I read a young woman's script or a young woman of color script or a young LGBT writer and say, oh my God, this is great. I'm going to send this off to this person. You know who would love this. It is so on and so on. And I'm going to send to that person. I don't just say that in an altruistic way or yay me or I'm a good person. I'm actually saying that it makes me happy. I think it might be a little bit of both though, because you get all the right ticks. You get all the right brownie points, right? You get all the right ticks with the right people, all the right virtue signaling to get you in the right position to be in the right place at the right time with the right message, in the right trends, and in the right clicks in Hollywood. I'm extremely excited, Rachel Eichman continues, for Headland's adventures in Star Wars. We still know very little about it, but we know that it is a female-led and showrun by Headland. Female-led and showrun. Shouldn't it be show? You should really add something in there, sweetie. Who is also a member of the LGBT plus community and marks for another first for Lucasfilm. Yay, diversity. Just choke on your fake virtue. We know it's phony. We know you just happen to be the right person in the right place at the right time with the right message that you can use for what? Right now, just to prove you're not a bunch of phobes. That's what Hollywood does every single time. This is why there's a certain hashtag that was really, really popular in June of 2020 in particular. You know what hashtag was going around with that. And now all of the phony Hollywood types have removed it from their handles. A certain bacon, lettuce, and mayo sort of hashtag that has nothing to do with that. Those are just the first three things that popped in my head. Because I know, I'm a bad person and I associate things with food sometimes. I'm sure somebody will twist that and make it ist somewhere. I don't even care what else she has to say about this. I don't think for 1 minute that they actually care about having that representation unless you fit a certain mold ideologically, right? Unless you fit this certain type, unless you fit this certain ideal in the way you think and conform to this group speak and group think, because we've pulled up countless Glassdoor articles saying that it's a very cliquish mentality. It is a very much group-based groupthink, and if you aren't part of that group, they witch hunt you out of the company. We've seen it time and time again. We've heard time and time again that these authors, writers, editors, all of these people have all these issues after they come out of working for Lucasfilm. And I know for my example here that, here we go, I'll just pull it up. This is it. There are so few of us that are allowed to sit at that table, so to speak, and many, many more that are still not allowed. She can shut it. She idolizes Harvey, you know who. Guess what, Leslye? Not everyone's gonna work in Hollywood. Nobody is entitled to special treatment. My bi backside will never be allowed there, just like 99% of the customers who consume Hollywood products. People like me, people who want to go and buy a cute little baby Yoda because that's exactly what I wanted out of Star Wars. Us, these people. So don't tell me it's all about representation. I think this is all phony just to earn brownie points, just to distract from the fact that these companies really don't care. It's all about who you know, and we can prove that time and time again. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. I am Mecha Random 42, Queen Mecha, and I will see you guys on the next video, live stream, or wherever. Bye. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button. And if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye! Green screen's hot.